Configuring iSCSI target for Hyper-V failover clustering. Okay, I have a file server here, and I would like to use this file server to be iSCSI target. So what I would like to do, go add roles and features, and I would like to install iSCSI target server role. Next, and if it's required, restart, I would like to do so. So I'm installing iSCSI target server. Just a reminder again, this server has two cards. I won't be using multipathing. Um, one card is for the domain network or external network, and second card is for iSCSI network. This is the card where my iSCSI initiator will establish the connection to access virtual disks, iSCSI virtual disks. So as I'm using just one card here for storage network and one card in each Hyper-V, so I won't be having multipath or multipath configuration. It's just a lab environment, and the goal is to test Hyper-V features rather than the storage stuff. So I'll go with single path. If you want to do multipathing, it's very simple. Add another card, ideally create another VLAN, and then don't forget to enable multipath IO. Okay, so once it's done, go to iSCSI under Server Manager. Right now, no iSCSI virtual disk, so I would like to create one. Oh, okay. I think before I do that, I have added on disk. It just looks like I haven't formatted it or something. Mm, it's not initialized yet. Yeah, that's the one. So I say online, initialize as a GPT, and new volume, new simple volume is fine. Let's say iSCSI. I will be creating iSCSI virtual disks from this volume from E. Once it's done, let's go to virtual disk wizard. Oh, it hasn't refreshed yet, so maybe okay. Yep, file server, this is the one. And select the volume. I'll select the E volume. And next, iSCSI disk name. I will say iSCSI disk one or LON one. And I would say 100 gig and dynamically expanding. And here I can specify iSCSI targets. I don't have any iSCSI target defined yet, so I can create one, create few. So iSCSI targets. Sorry, iSCSI targets. Initiators IP, I will add by IP addresses. So one of them is 172.16.2.11 and another of the Hyper-V host is 172.16.2.12 and the third one is which is Hyper 3 172.16.2.13. Okay. I'm not using any authentication, and I create it. And I'm just creating iSCSI virtual disk on E drive, and then it will create iSCSI target, and then it will assign this iSCSI virtual disk to target. One more thing I would like to show you though, if I go here and go to E drive, in the iSCSI virtual disk, you see this is also a VHDX file. This iSCSI virtual disk is also VHDS DX extension. And as I selected dynamically expanding, so it's small, although I select 100 gig size. But actual size at the moment is, as you can see, is just 4 meg at the moment. And it's done. Awesome. One thing I always like to do is right click, go to the properties of virtual disk, and I like to change the number from default, which is 0, to some other, which is not utilized by local system. So typically I start with 101. You don't have to do that, but I find it's good practice, less confusing. So apply. Come on. Come on. Okay. While it's applying work, uh, me sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's just wait. Let's just wait for it. Status is not connected yet. None of the initiators has established any connection to it yet. We need to configure initiators. Sorry about that slowness because I was running low on resources and this file server has less resources. I did not configure it for, you know, some reasonable resources, although it's just takes a while. Okay. Mm, while we are configuring the initiator, okay. So target. Let's go to initiators. So let's go to Hyper One, right? And under Hyper One, control panel, and what is that? Sorry, uh, server manager, iSCSI initiator. Start running. You want to start? Yes, please. I'm on Hyper One now. Okay. So target. What's the target? Target IP address is 172.16.2.10. Let's say quick connect and login successful. Done. Uh, okay, sorry, there was some interruption. Uh, so connected, volume and drives, auto configure, and then this drive appear here. That should be okay. And I think this should do the trick. And how do we know that it does the trick? And that's computer management and disk management. Here it is, 100 MB unallocated. So how if I say bring it online, initialize GPT, and I take it as a V. Let's say one, just a name. And now I have this iSCSI disk. What about Hyper 2 then? What should we do? So if we go to Server Manager again, not again, I mean Server Manager of Hyper 2, Tools, Initiator, yes please, and I'm configuring Hyper 2 as the iSCSI initiator and specifying iSCSI target IP address. Done. Refresh. Volume and drive. Auto configure. Okay. And computer management. Here it is. As you can see, it's not online yet, it's offline. And if I say online, here it is, LAN F1. Now go to Hyper 3 and server manager story, same story. Tools, iSCSI initiator. Yes, please. One seventy-two 16 2.10. Quick connect. Okay. Refresh. Auto configure. Okay. Perfect. Looks good. Disk management. And online. All done. So we have configured iSCSI target and configured Hyper-V hosts, all our Hyper-V hosts as iSCSI initiators, and we are successfully able to access iSCSI LUN over the storage network. So this is it for this video, and we will move further in another video in the future. Take it easy.